Tonight, I want to talk about Everest College and Corinthian College and their deceptive practices. Everest College was founded in 2007 under its parent company, which is Corinthian Colleges. The for profit post secondary education company subsidiaries offered career oriented diploma and degree programs that specialized in healthcare, business, criminal justice, transportation technology, maintenance, construction trades, and information technology. At the height of its enrollment, Corinthian colleges had over 100 Everest, Held, and Wyotech campuses throughout the United States and Canada and had over 77,000 students enrolled. Corinthian College and Everest College faced many legal issues, and class action suits were filed claiming the school engaged in excessively aggressive recruitment tactics, deceptive tactics to sign up for courses, that they misrepresented the kinds of opportunities that they offered. They falsified employment rates as well as having some of the highest tuition rates. As a result of the numerous investigations by the Department of Education, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and more than a dozen state attorney generals, the school was closed. The Corinthian campuses in Canada closed February 19, 2015, after the Ontario government suspended their operating license and after the school was fined $30 million. Subsequently, on April 26, 2015, Corinthian colleges and Everest College announced they would cease operations in all remaining U.S. locations effective April 27, 2015. Corinthian and 24 of its subsidiaries filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in May of 2015. So some of the specific issues here with this particular situation was breach of contract. Students entered into a unilateral contract with Everest and Corinthian colleges by enrolling in courses and paying the agreed upon price, but they didn't receive the employment that was promised to them, valid degrees, or any other promises that the college made. The second issue here was the question of whether the contracts that were signed were enforceable. And in some cases, no. One of the specific claims in the lawsuit against the college stated that students were recruited who legally couldn't perform the jobs for the programs they were enrolled in. So what that means is that there were specifically students who had been convicted and been in prison, and they were enrolled in medical programs, although the medical field will not hire individuals who have a prior criminal record. So Corinthian and Everest knowingly recruited these students, enrolled them, gave them promises that if they paid the tuition and enrolled in the program, that they would, be completed, they would be licensed and certified and would be able to receive employment in a field, knowing that they couldn't by legal standards. And most importantly, one of the last issues with this scenario is the question of whether all elements of a valid contract were met. And in most cases, no. Some of the students were recruited and enrolled in the program, and they didn't speak English and couldn't fully understand what the enrollment agreement meant. Overall, many students enrolled into the college and received degrees and diplomas that were not properly accredited and were worthless after paying thousands of dollars. As a remedy, the Department of Education announced in 2015 that it developed a process that would allow former students to receive debt cancellation for loans for those students who had obtained those loans under false pretenses. So again, this is just another example of how a for-profit college made promises to students, recruited them, and entered into a contract with them knowing that they couldn't fulfill on the promises delivered. Thankfully for these students, there was some legal remedy provided. As I mentioned, their debts were canceled, and many students who owed thousands of dollars for these degrees and certifications that weren't valid were relieved of any financial obligation to this institution. And so that is my discussion for week 3 for business law.